and welcome back to the most amazing channel on the internet. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate, and you guys loved the top 10 scary deep web stories so much that I am making a part 2 for you. Before I get into that, I want to tell you guys about today's video sponsor, phone loops. Phone loops are straps that allow you to safely hold onto your phone. You may have seen them on CBC's Dragon's Den. Phone loops help prevent phone droppages. Now I don't know about you guys, but I am always dropping my phone, and twice now I've had to pay hundreds of dollars to repair the screen. They're pretty glam too. Phone loops were in the Oscars 2016 VIP gift bags. Now the phone loop is compatible with all phone cases, and they don't add any weight or make your phone any more bulky. I would actually say they'd probably make a perfect little stocking filler if you know a fellow dropper that needs one of these. Anyway guys, if you want a phone loop, then I will leave a link in the description where you can check them out if they sound like they're for you. Alright, back to the scary dark web and some stories. Before we delve deep into these, I want to ask you guys if you've had any scary deep web experiences. Please do let me know in the comments section down below. Also, while you're down there, why don't you leave a thumbs up on this video and share it with a friend. And also, if you guys want to connect with me on social media, there is a link to my Instagram in the description box. Alright, scary stories, we're back on track. Coming in at number 10, we have I Summoned a Demon. There are websites on the dark web that give you details on how to summon a real demon. Whether or not you believe in this kind of thing is one thing, but accessing the deep web and taking instructions on anything is pretty risky. The demon summoning websites come from devout Satanists, and the rituals they provide to summon said demons involve sourcing risky ingredients and ritual sacrifice. Whether or not a real demon will come to greet you for your efforts is neither here nor there. Killing animals is illegal, and so are a whole bunch of the things on the sites that they're telling you to source. Also, who knows where a satanic journey could lead you. Coming into number 9, we have the wish pill. Stories from those who have visited the dark web often discuss the mysterious wish pill. The wish pill is a physical pill that you can buy from the deep web that claims to be able to make your wishes come true. Basically, you buy it, it arrives, you take it, and you wait for your wish to come true. The pill costs $100, which is a small price to pay for a wish to, come true, right? Sure, but what is even in this pill? You don't know. You certainly would find out once you took it anyway. Obviously, you can buy dangerous pills on the dark web, so maybe this is one of them. You can't exactly trust the dark web. You could have spent $100 or so on poison. Coming into number 8, we have the encouragers. This is truly awful, and it makes me feel really sad. A Quora user called KOD Amatashow replied to a thread asking the question what the most horrible thing people had seen on the dark web was. They responded by saying that they had come across a website that was solely encouraging people to kill themselves. I honestly don't want to go into too much detail here, as it's really sad and disturbing, but apparently this website was encouraging those already in a fragile state of mind and mentoring them through the process of ending their lives, which obviously is not okay. The site offers a live chat feature too, which isn't the answer. Anyone who's struggling, please don't visit a poisonous website like this. Please do speak to the Samaritans. Coming in at number 7, we have the Bitcoin heist. For some people, there is nothing scarier than losing all of their money. Bitcoin is not illegal, it's a cryptocurrency that allows for people to pay for goods and services anonymously. While it is true that Bitcoin is legal, it's also true that it can be used to pay for things that are strictly illegal. Bitcoin fueled the dark web drug site Silk Road, for example. Now the problem with Bitcoin is, like any other currency, it's vulnerable to theft, but it is a lot harder than physical money to get back or be compensated for. In this year, 2018 alone, $1.1 billion of Bitcoin have been stolen by cyber pirates. Also in January 2018, deep web hackers stole 530 million of a Japanese cryptocurrency called NEM. Coming into number 6, we have Dead Girls. It seems that one Redditor stumbled across a dark website that indexed dead females. The site is aptly and grossly called Dead Girls. Worse still, the pictures of the dead girls are young dead girls between 5 to 16, which is absolutely vile. The Redditor goes on to say that there are a number of creepypastas associated with the deep website that say the pictures of the girls are haunted. They also say that their ghosts will continue to torment you after you've finished looking at their images. Whether or not their ghost will actually taunt you, I'm certain that those kind of images will stay with you for a long time. Coming into number 5, we have the Anarchist Cookbook and other banned reading material. By and large, freedom of speech hinders any kind of potential book banning, although lines are drawn when it comes to books that give how-to guides on illegal practices. One such book famously is the Anarchist's Cookbook. The original book was published in 1971 and gave instructions on how to make explosives, how to manufacture your own illegal drugs including LSD, and how to hack phones and the like. The book was outlawed but is very accessible on the dark web, along with many updated documents and pages. Even the writer of the book itself, William Powell, deeply regretted publishing the book because of its potential to ruin lives. Coming into number 4, we have the cannibalism dating site. The deep web is home to all kinds of grim websites showcasing behavior and beliefs that are not accepted and supported on the surface web. In the majority of the world, and most strictly the Western world, cannibalism is illegal, but that doesn't mean that people don't feel and act on depraved urges. They just stick to the fringes of society and the fringes of the internet, the dark web. Deep amid the haze of the deep web, there are forums for cannibals and sections for new cannibals, teaching them the tricks of the trade, so to speak. Back in the early 2000s, there was a website called the Cannibal Cafe, which facilitated the meeting between Armin Maiweis and Bernd Brandes. Maiweis, of course, ended up consensually killing Brandes and eating him. The pair even made a videotape which can also be found on the dark web, although I don't recommend looking for it. Coming into number 3, we have How to Kill. Those who have ventured onto the dark web have returned with stories of coming across nasty things like assassin sites where you can hire people to kill for you, although of course these sites charge quite the premium. It seems that there are cheaper ways to off someone using the dark web. Deep divers have reported coming across very detailed web pages on how to kill a person. Now a lot of these are very in-depth pages, and they were found on Angora Road, which was a dark website like Silk Road. This was taken down in 2015, but archives still exist, as do the posts. I've actually come across some with names like The Basics of Terminating Human Life. I found an edited and archived version on the surface web that detailed how to kill people using an automobile as a weapon. This article gives in-depth instructions on how and where to strike people. Now given the growing spate of van attacks by terrorists, this is especially worrying. Coming into number 2, we have The Phone Call. This is a short and to the point story from a Redditor who was freaked out by the dark web. They wrote that they downloaded a tour and 20 minutes in they got a mystery phone call, but there was no one there on the other line when they answered. They said it happened one more time and they were so freaked out that they stopped right there and quit the dark web forever. To this day they still do not know who or what was calling and whether it had anything to do with the deep web. Finally, coming into number 1, now this could apply to all of us with a webcam, we have You Are Being Watched. It isn't all murder streams on the dark web, sometimes they're just normal streams of people doing normal stuff, only they don't know they're being watched. A number of people have fallen foul of malware to have their laptops or desktop cameras hacked. This means that hackers can see through the camera as long as the computer is on and spy on you. But of course, spying is one thing, being unwittingly broadcast is another entirely. The dark web is filled with streams of people, often women, who don't know the number of creeps are watching them. They could be doing anything, you know, just chilling out on their beds, or they could be undressing. It isn't just webcams that are susceptible to hackers either, security cameras can be hacked too. In 2014, a Russian site emerged on the deep web with links to live streams of webcam footage from across the world, and this included images of babies and hospital patients. What is even worse, sometimes incriminating footage on the dark web has been used to blackmail people into paying money or doing horrible things. Honestly, Facebook creator Mark Zuckerberg covers his webcam with duct tape, and you know what? You should probably do the same. So guys, that was the top 10 scary deep web stories part 2. What did you think to this part? Do you have anything to add? What did you find the scariest? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, once again, a big shout out to our video sponsor Phone Loop. If you want a phone loop, do check out the link in the description box. I think they're very, very useful and handy. No pun intended. Lol. So anyway, I'm a geek, I need to get out of here. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate. Please do like this video if you like our content, share it with a friend, and stay subscribed for more most amazing lists. Bye!